Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to start a new project today. Uh, One of you suggested that it would be a good idea if I were to do some in-depth reviews of some of the books that I've been recommending to you, rather than sitting with a pile of 8 to 10 books here and working through them. Um, if I were to, dig into something in a little bit more depth. So today I'm going to start that project with Manon Hedenborg White's The Eloquent Blood, the Goddess Babalon, and the Construction of Femininities in Western Esotericism from Oxford University Press in 2020. This is frankly one of the most interesting, most intelligent, uh, most brilliant books in my collection. I think I would certainly put it in the top 10. Um, this book is brilliant. From this point forward, I'm not likely to take anybody seriously who writes about gender in the occult and esoteric communities, or on uh, specifically on Thelema, who does not cite her. Um, Her grasp of the source material is exceptional. Um, it's substantial, both well known and obscure works by Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and Kenneth Grant, contemporary writing by practitioners exploring their relationships with the Thelemic goddess Babylon. And she has an impressively fluid and complex use of gender, queer studies, sex radical feminist theory, and other theory. Um, Her discussion of the growth and development of Babylon's expression, Babylon is a goddess that Aleister Crowley uh, connected with, effectively raising up the whore in the whore and virgin dualism, was celebrating the strongly sexual, eternally receptive, sometimes violent and transformative potential of this counter to the sexually repressed and puritanical good girl. Uh, through she works through uh, contra-hegemonic femininities, a range of oppositional and stigmatized alternative femininities that are expressed through the worship of Babylon. The range of influences uh, from sadomasochism, queer sensibilities, beginning with bisexual Uncle Al, reaction against fundamentalist Christianity. Her analysis of all of these various influences is adept. With such a complex set of influences, theoretical lenses, and source material, the ability of Hedenborg White to not only keep a clear and effective argument alive, but to do so with such muscular and supple prose, it's impressive. It's truly impressive. The book is thorough and substantial, but it's never confusing and it's never obscurantinist. Um, so, what's her argument? Now, she's following up an idea of Lucy Irigaray, a French feminist theoretician, on the need and possibility of femininity that is itself, that's not formed in reaction to masculinity, and the need for a goddess that embodies this femininity or femininities. She sees the active receptivity and the pariah femininities in Thelemic work with Babylon moving toward this goal. Um, she discusses in depth the desire for the erotic destruction of the ego in Crowley and in Jack Parsons as an essential element in this process of recreation, and in Grant and Parsons' explicit exaltation of women and the Scarlet Woman. The Scarlet Woman is the ecstatic priestess of Babylon in the Thelemic tradition. Now, she moves through a thorough discussion of the historical foundation documents to contemporary writing, including in-depth exegesis of field work and texts. She interviewed adepts in Thelema, analyzes ritual texts, and discusses influences from other contemporary occult movements like neo-paganism and the feminist goddess movement, as well as feminist gay and lesbian and trans movements into the Babylon discourse, and that's the last half of the book. Now, my praise of this exceptional work is not completely uncritical. There are two areas where she is weak, one of them less significant than the other. For the study of an ecstatic path, such as the path of Babylon, one needs to understand trance and ecstasy as experienced. One needs to participate and to be overwhelmed and consumed by direct experience of the goddess. This factor is particularly important given Hedenborg White's understanding of erotic destruction of and transcendence of the ego as the key to Babylonian consciousness and embodiment. But she does not appear to have engaged in trance work and ecstatic sex magic ritual, as she said in her chapter 11. So this key facet is less well developed than her intellectual understanding, which is first rate. Now, less significant, but an area that could have been developed, is exploration of male femininities. She touches on and is aware of the range of femininities expressed by trans and cis women, of a range of sexual orientations, and she effectively, although briefly, explores femme identities and, particularly in dealing with Crowley, receptive male homosexual anal sex as femme. The long-developed traditions of camp and drag in the gay male subculture, they are male, generally cis male, explorations of femininities. Her discussion of the technologies of femininity in Chapter 11's analysis of ritual brought the practice of drag to mind for me as a transformative style that she could or should have dealt with. However, as I say, I have these minor, what are ultimately minor criticisms of an altogether excellent work. And I recommend, as I say, that anyone interested in gender in the occult and metaphysical movements, or in Thelema, interested in sex magic or sexuality in general in the occult, really, you should pick up a copy of her book. And I believe that's it for today. Take care now.